Hey guys, hey, this is Nay. Follow me on IG, Periscope, Twitter, Spreaker, and support me on Patreon at NayRob on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment respectfully, and subscribe. Now, let's talk about Pose. Okay guys, I've never really talked about Pose, but I want to support it in any way that I can. Child, let's start with it. We're gonna start with the main characters, and I'm just break it down like this, right? And you just add on what you feel. So anyway, Elektra, up to this point right now, she didn't really have anything going on with last night's episode, but up to this point right now, you know, Elektra is the house, she's in charge of the, or she's the house mother to the House of Abundance, right? And all her girls are beautiful. All her children are beautiful. You know, Elektra down with the boosting, the mopping, whatever it is, you know, so that she can have the fabulosity that's involved in being a house mother and so on and so on, right? And she recently told the story as to how she acquired Bianca, right? That was last week. But she also has a sugar daddy. Now, when she talked about her daddy, I thought she was talking about her real daddy, but she got a sugar daddy that love her, that they've been together having rendezvous for 10 years. That's a beautiful thing when you can maintain a relationship for 10 years. And, you know, her lover basically told her, hey, you know, I know you want to become a woman, but I'm telling you what I want. You know, I fund you, Elektra. I like for my women to have a little bit of something extra down there. And I'm glad they did that because I'm glad they did that because it explained to me the thought process of a man that is attracted to a trans woman but wants her to keep her penis. And he was explaining that it's the taboo of things. I just like knowing that my woman has a little extra down there. You cannot understand people have no explanation as to why they do the things they do, and I'm gonna expound on that later, right? But anyway, up to this point right now, Elektra is a house mother, a house of abundance, and she, you know, she acquires her children and she treats her children up until last week like they were her minions to do her bidding, you know, and sometimes she shitted on them. But after she had her procedure, because Elektra, despite her sugar daddy's request, she went and got that pussy taken care of, right, last week. And no one came to see her. No one came to see her, and it was an eye-opener to her. And she said, hey, look, I know I haven't been the best house mother to you, but from this point on, I'm going to do better. Okay. We're going to get to Pray Tell lover. He'd been with, I think, 10 years. About 10 years. Has full-blown AIDS, right? And he recently found out that he is positive. So he's coping with the failing health of his husband or his boyfriend, and him just finding out that he has been tested positive himself, and keeping a smile on his face while he's hosting these balls, right? So he has started drinking. As of last episode, he has started drinking to cope, okay? But you know, it's devastating news for anybody. I told y'all my only issue with Pose is that it talks about the AIDS epidemic so much that it can, you know, drag you down emotionally. And I want to have a full good episode of just fun. I think last week it was pretty fun. I don't think they touched on the AIDS epidemic at all, but last week one of the characters' mothers died. I think it's just like, you know, it kind of drags you down, you know, being a part of the life, you know, and I can break down the life later, but being a part of the life can be fun exciting, and your eyes are full of sparkles, and it's sexual, and you can get introduced to all kinds of things that make you feel beautiful in the life, but it can be ugly. Okay, I don't like how they focus too much on the ugly. So then we're going to get to Bianca, right? Bianca is the house mother of the House of Evangelista. As you know, Elektra was Bianca's house mother, but Bianca was like, you know what, I'm strong enough to get away from you because you don't know how to treat us, so I'm going to make my own house. So now they have this little competitive love-hate relationship between them two, right? Now Bianca was diagnosed positive also, right? And she has been focusing primarily on getting her kids together. Hold on, guys. On getting her kids together. So she hasn't been thinking about a relationship. She hasn't been thinking about nothing but creating a legacy of her own, right? The House of Evangelista. But in last night's episode, a guy named Darius, who is, I forget, what do they call him, Butch Queen, whatever it is, but it's the more masculine gays, right? He came on to her, and child, this is how human people are. People don't believe that gay people or people part of the community are human, but she wasn't even thinking about a relationship. But the dude Darius rolled up on her and gave her so much, you know, corny, lame lines that she let her guard down, child. I've been caught like that before too. Come to find out, Darius used the same corny lines on everybody. Let me tell you who beautiful. That dark-skinned one that got the work done, but we're not going to talk about her because she's not a main character. I think her name is Candy. The dark-skinned one, oh my God, I follow her on Instagram. I said, Jesus! Now my wife think that Evangelista is beautiful, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. She bad as a motherfucker, but beautiful? No. That one Candy, now Candy don't look her best on that show, but child, I follow her on Instagram, and when I tell you that bitch is fish. Woo. So let me get back to Bianca and Darius. So Bianca decided not to go out with Darius, even though he swooned her once she found out that Darius played them type of games on everybody. Child, the same thing that happened in the gay life is the same thing that happened in the daggone straight life, child. So then we're going to get to the nicks and crannies, right? So then, to me, the main storyline is Stan and Patty Bowes with Angel. Angel is a young lady that's a part of the House of Evangelista, right? And she's Bianca's daughter. Was she ever Elektra's daughter? I'm not sure. But anyway, what's going on with her is Evan Peters, y'all know the guys that's always in Ryan Murphy's shows. He picked up Angel at a where she was down there selling bussy, and he picked her up and fell for her. So as a result of him falling for her, he put her in an apartment so he could have access to her, because he doesn't want her down there shaking her booty at the quarter, you know, put a quarter in and I'll open my boy bussy up for you and let you see something show, right? But this is the thing. The holidays came up and she wanted for Evan Peters / Stan to spend a little bit of time with her on Christmas Day. He couldn't do it. His #1 priority is to his family. So something was going on. I can't quite remember. It was a couple of shows back, but something was going on in the household. You know what it was? Evan Peters, Stan's boss, had came down and put a bug in Patty's ear, meaning Stan's wife, and said, you need to watch your husband because something's going on. I think he got a girlfriend or something, you know. So he had to stay home and make it right, you know. Same zhuzh, straight or gay, straight or bi, straight or whatever it is. It's the same zhuzh across the board. Nothing changes when it comes down to the bullshit. So that day on Christmas where he tried to sneak away, he couldn't because he needed to fix what was going on at home. So Angel got mad and was like, he need to make me a priority, and went back home to the house of Evangelista. So what ended up happening was the boss came back again and told Patty, yeah, the girl name is this, her name is Angel. And let me tell you, the boss has a problem with Evan/Stan because he's insecure. He feels like Stan is trying to step on his toes to get to his position. That's what he feels like. So he's insecure. So because he's losing control in the work world, he need to go to Evan Peters' house and fuck up his life at home. Child, he done kissed, you know, the boss done kissed Patty in the mouth and every daggone thing. I said, Jesus, but Patty's a good girl. She pushed her off and was like, don't put your nasty cushy lips on me. I don't know where the hell your lips been. So anyway, moving on. Patty goes to find the young lady at the ball. Patty's so daggone oblivious that she don't even know that she's there with trans women, right? So eventually, like last night, they sit down in front of each other, and Angel is like, look, your husband told me he loved me. We use protection. You know, at first we didn't have sex. At first it was just about us just talking to each other and getting to know each other. Now we down there doing a poozy. And she was like, did you use protection? She said, every time. We use protection every time. Patty feeling a certain kind of way because Patty didn't found out because Angel didn't told her, listen, I am trans. I'm not a man, love, or I'm not a woman, love. I'm trans. Well, I am a woman, but I'm a trans woman. Patty didn't want to believe it. So Patty ran her ass to the doctor and was like, look, doctor, my husband got some freaky deaky shit going on, so I need you to give me a test. The doctor was like, okay, I'm going to give you a test, but it's going to be off the record because we don't want this bullshit because I've been taking care of your family for years. We don't want this bullshit. So after all of that, that's when she moving. You know how us women work. We move in silence. So what happened was Patty brings, what's his name, Evan Peters / Stan to appointment. Stan like, what's going on, baby? What's going on? She like, okay, we're going to talk about it when we get inside. Child, it was an old dick intervention. That's what it was. She was like, listen, this is what you're going to do. The apartment that you set Angel up in, your little, you know, booty coo up in, you're going to stay there for a month. And I'll let you know when it's okay to come back. Evan Peters started crying. Okay? I mean crying. And let me tell you something. When Patty was sitting down at that table talking to Angel, she said, my husband is a weak man who lies. So anyway, child, at the end, even though his marriage is broken up, you know, his marriage is broken up, she said, I'm getting ready to get me a job. I'm getting ready to find a life of my own. I'm tired of being your wife. He went to find Angel back at the peep show. And this is where I'm talking about sicknesses. You can't, you know, as women, we look at it like, even my wife, I have to argue with her sometimes, but even, you know, as human beings, as people, we want to be judgmental of people and the decisions that they make. Sometimes in life, there's never a reason for why people do the fucked up crazy shit they do. You will never find a reason. When he went back to that house, my wife was going, I mean, not house, when he went back to that peep show, my wife was like, why would he go back there? He's losing everything, blah, blah, blah. And I said, because he's human. He has a sickness inside of him that he does not understand and he cannot control. He's human. Something is broke up here. And the only thing that can fix it is pussy. Or bussy. Whatever the case may be. At any rate, guys, remember this. The same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one.